Sonny.
Yeah. Sonny wanted to meet Elvis, and he got Red to, to bring him up and introduce him, and so Red brought him up, and Sonny and all. He got talking with Elvis, and Elvis liked him, and so he hired him too. Sonny, he was funny in a lot of ways, but Sonny, I mean, if you ever got Sonny to talking, you probably never would get away from him. And he got the nickname of the Great Explainer.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, I remember one time we was out in California, and we had just heard about the movie
Greatest story.
The Greatest Story Ever Told. Max von Sydow, which played Jesus and all, and Sonny had a little part in it. So he was up at the house, and he got to talking about it, and before he left, or before we ever got to see the movie, we knew everything about it.
You would have thought he was the star.
Yeah, well,
every detail. I know a lot of times, if we would be sitting around or something, or maybe at the movie, and somebody would say something, they'd go, "Don't ask Sonny. Don't ask Sonny, because we'll be here all night."
Well, I remember when y'all were shooting All the King's Men.
Oh yeah.
And we went down there, and me and Paris and Mama were at the hotel, and y'all were going to go out for a couple of hours to dinner. Well, and then we didn't have the cell phones or social media or anything, so I mean, they didn't get in the hotel until maybe 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well,
we didn't know. Y'all had been gone since like 6 o'clock, and we didn't know what had happened.
Sonny was driving and talking.
Yeah, we were in his van, and
it was
actually what we were going to do
is go buy some lottery tickets.
Yeah, he wanted all of us, to get some lottery tickets.
And at the time, you had to go into Florida. From y'all were in Mobile, Alabama, and you had to cross into Florida, which is probably
right
y'all had to go right across.
Next door. But Sonny got lost. We got lost, and
going across the state line.
And I'm gonna tell you, boy, he talked the whole time.
He talked the whole time. Not only that, he had the music. He was playing music, and he had it blasted.
He had like the big speakers in the back.
And we were in the back, and Marty and Red and Pat and Sonny, and
Lamar was there too.
Yeah,
and All the King's Men.
Yeah, and Lamar, and I remember, and I thought, God, my head, and that music was just doom doom. And Sonny said, are y'all okay back there? Is that music too loud? And Billy said, well, our ears are bleeding, but other than that, we're okay.
We didn't know. I was probably in the 5th grade, and your mama was staying with us, and she kept saying, I don't know what to do, because she said, I figured that they just got to talking, or maybe they saw some fans, or they're doing something. Don't worry about it, it'll be okay. But I know she was worried about it, because it had been hours and hours, and we had no way to. She said, I don't know whose car they're in, I don't know how to get in touch with anybody. But I guess y'all got in about 2 o'clock?
Yeah, we were exhausted, believe me.
I remember there was a place called Floribama.
Yes, Floribama.
We went through there, and we wound up way out somewhere.
Yeah, Floribama is like the state line between Alabama and Florida, and there's Floribama is they have a bar there and everything. It's right on the state line, and so y'all were on down.
But let me tell you what's so bad about it. By the time we got to where we could have got tickets, everything was closed.
Yeah.
So we didn't get any lottery tickets or anything. We just had to wind our way back home.
And that was before all the states kind of, decided that they were going to sell.
Yeah, that was
lottery
a big thing.
tickets.
That's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
You were.
I was in the 5th grade.
5th grade, yeah. Lord.
What a trip.
Who was older, Red or Sonny?
Red.
Red. Okay.
And
they're
Sonny,
cousins.
yeah, and
Cousins,
Sonny's
right.
name was Delbert, and I think he was a junior. His daddy's name, and so they called him Sonny.
Okay.
And he was the only boy, I believe. He had sisters. Now Sonny had he married a girl from I don't know where Judy was from, except I know he met her in California. She used to be on the Jackie Gleason show. Was that it?
I think so, yeah.
And her name was Judy, and Judy Jordan was her name. And they had 2 children, Brian and I believe it was Elena.
I believe it was too, if I remember right. Yeah. Let's see. Who have we not got?
Charlie.
Charlie? Charlie wasn't original.
No, he wasn't original, but he.
No, you were going to get all of the
All the
original
original,
first,
let's
and
see.
then kind of move on to some of the other guys. I think y'all gotten. You did Gene,
Gene,
Joe, Red, Sonny,
Marty,
Lamar, Marty,
and Billy.
and Papa. 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not going to talk about me at all.
Okay.
Just leave that out.
You're not talking about Billy Smith?
No. Not much to tell.
There's a whole lot.
But anyway, moving on. As they came along, different ones, and, after
Added
that,
to
they were-
the Memphis
That's
Mafia.
during the time we talk about these guys. That was when they came up with the name, a reporter. We had gone to see Johnny Ray
In Vegas?
in Vegas at the hotel, and I believe it was a hacienda, but I'm not just positive on that. But anyway, he was playing, and so Elvis wanted to go see him and all, and so we went. And,
But you forgot the main thing. Elvis had bought y'all all
oh yeah, black
mohair suits.
mohair. Am I saying it right?
Uh-huh.
Mohair suits, and.
All of them were dressed in black.
And when we got out, we all kind of lined up on each side of the limousine. Elvis got out, and a reporter was there, and that's how it came about. The next day in the paper, it said Elvis goes to see. No, it said Elvis and his Memphis Mafia went to see Johnny Ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how.
And so
how
that's
they got.
they got that started.
Yeah.
That's how we
That's how
got,
they got it
the
started.
name Memphis Mafia.
Okay.
And then after that, as that was the original Memphis Mafia, and then after that, as guys came along, they naturally were, in the Memphis Mafia.
Right.
Like Charlie. Charlie's name was on his bracelet was Kate.
Kate, yeah.
Kate.
What was the deal with that?
Well, he always acted. Charlie could do any kind of
okay.
impressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he always acted out crazy stuff and just,
He did Gomer Powell good.
oh my gosh.
Did he?
Yeah.
And Festus
And-
on
yeah.
Gunsmoke.
He could do them,
He did.
imitate them real.
Yes. Charlie was just a funny, fun-loving character. He was from Decatur, Alabama.
He started singing with the Foggy River Boys.
Yeah. Had a
And-
beautiful voice.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Did he? He could
Yes,
sing?
yes. He
Oh
sang.
gosh, yeah.
He sang with Elvis on stage.
And I actually recorded a couple of songs singing with Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, they used to tell it on him that he was so short that the rest of the group, the Foggy River Boys, they were much taller, so they got him a little box. And he'd
Stand
step over the box, and so
Yeah.
he'd be up with
with
them.
a
with the
microphone.
Now, did he have a deep voice?
No,
Or-
No.
he
he-
sang tenor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I was just gonna say because you're saying he's so short, it'd be funny.
well,
if
he was
had
shorter
the-
than Billy. So,
Right,
and Billy
okay.
was one of the, and so was Marty. Marty was short too.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it would be funny if he had a really deep voice since he
No,
was the
he
smallest
didn't.
one.
He had a he didn't.
Yeah. Papa sang bass and Charlie sang tenor.
Yeah. Boy, he could entertain you. I know, but Charlie drank a lot, but he was not obnoxious. He just got happy. You know, he
just had fun.
Yeah, but he would get on one thing, and my Lord, I remember right after Elvis passed away, we had moved from Graceland, and he came to our house on Christmas Eve night, and he was there just about all night, doing little skits. And just, you know, but he was funny. Charlie was always funny and always wanted to do something.
How did he get involved with Elvis?
Germany.
Germany, that's
okay.
right. He was in the army with him too.
He was in the army too?
Yeah.
They went over on the same boat.
Charlie and Elvis did.
And, you know, found out that each one of them were entertainers, and so, you know, they got to talk about music. In fact, you know, they even, I think,
sang together.
Some on the way over there, you know. But that's how he met him.
I love Charlie. Charlie could sit and talk to anybody. I mean, he would strike up he loved to go down to the gate and talk, you know, just talk to people. He was from Decatur, Alabama.
Well, don't let us disturb you, boy.
Yeah, Wanda.
Snoring like a freight train, boy.
He would take us, when we would go to Palm Springs, he'd say, if y'all girls want to go shopping or anything, he said, I'll be glad to drive you. So we'd, you know, get ready, and he'd go in the mall, and there was a new mall that was out there, and he'd say, I'm going to be sitting right here, and just take your time, do whatever you want to do, don't rush. And when we'd come back, it'd be about 3 or 4 people around Charlie, and he'd still be sitting there telling jokes. He loved to tell jokes.
That's right, because you were telling that he could smoke in the malls and stuff.
Yeah.
He'd sit there and smoke. Charlie smoked
You
a
couldn't
lot.
in the store, but the
the breezeway.
entry, you know, and all the had a long entry.
You know, like in the middle, and the stores were all around, and you could sit out there. Okay.
Smoke then.
He had a was his a little houseboat, or was it
No, he had a houseboat.
Yeah, and we would go to the lake with him a lot of times, and he'd take it. He had it down in McKellar Lake, and we'd go down there, and he just loved for you know, to take you out in his boat, and he was
McKellar Lake is a lake. It's in Memphis.
Yeah, where Elvis used to ski and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's alligators there now, though I don't know, but.
People say there are not alligators in this area, but there have been several. My husband Nolan has seen one in Hernando, where we live in Mississippi. Took pictures of it, and they have had several off of
I
highway.
Jumped on one, you know,
and
like
rode it.
The alligator, you know.
The crocodile hunter.
Crocodile hunter, yeah, boy, I wrestled that.
Dakota
sucker for a
said
while.
he's seen them in Arkabutler.
Folks, y'all believe that? I got a whole lot of swamplands.
Highway 61 that runs from not just Tunica, but through Tunica and up into Memphis. There's golf courses and stuff out in the area, and they have been spotted just walking across the golf course.
Yeah. I wouldn't go in any water that I cannot see the bottom.
No, I don't either.
I gotta be able to see the bottom.
Snakes and alligators, I don't.
We have a lot of snakes, and now I guess we're getting a lot of alligators, but we do have a lot of snakes here. Copperheads, cottonmouths, all kind of poisonous. I forget it, Danielle, if she sees a fake one, freaks out.
I have phobia, so I can't stand it. We saw one in the highway on our way here that had been run over and squashed, but I still knew what it was, and I couldn't.
Only good snake's a king snake.
King snake.
I don't even like those. I don't want to see any kind. People say, "Oh, they're not poisonous," or they'll say, "To know if one's poisonous, get up close enough, and if its head looks like this or that." I ain't getting that dang close.
Yeah,
Joey
most
just
of them say if their head's diamond shaped,
they're poisonous. But see, I'm not gonna get up close enough.
See, we have copperheads here.
Yeah, I can't take that.
Joey just caught one down there in the driveway. About.
We also have timber rattlers.
We have timber rattlers and
timber rattlers, copperheads,
water moccasins,
which are also called cottonmouth.
Yeah.
Cottonmouth, water moccasins.
Well, a water moccasin is a cottonmouth.
And that's what I'm saying.
Is that the same thing?
They're the same. Water moccasin is also called a cottonmouth because when they open,
it's
white.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't.
But anyway,
chicken snakes, rat snakes.
Oh,
let's see. Anybody we missed now? Oh, let's jump
yeah,
up,
there's a lot of them you've
let's
missed.
jump up. Well, I'm talking about the original.
Oh, the original.
You
I
didn't
think
miss any
got.
of the originals.
I think you got the original.
But then, so many more came along later,